All right, so let's make the backend. We're going to keep it in its own folder, the front end, and the back end will be in their own folders. I'm going to make my backend in the server folder. You can call it backend or anything you like, really. What do we need in this server folder? Well, we need a package JSON that will hold our dependencies as well as our scripts. So, I mean, it's possible to do this all, with one package JSON in the root. I'm going to do it separately. I find it makes deployment a bit easier. Not that I'm covering deployment, but anyway. So let's move over into our server folder. ls, I notice there's nothing in here. Makes sense. I just made the folder. I'm going to be using yarn commands. You can use npm commands as well. They're pretty much the same. Yarn init to initialize a package JSON, which is now in this folder here. And it's pretty bare, right? Let's add the dependencies with yarn add. We're going to need nodemon express and .env. Yeah, we'll stop there for now. All right, so we have those. Now, when we want to actually build our server, we're going to have to do it in an index file. And I noticed right away we have 778 untracked files. GitHub right now is tracking all files in my MERN folder. Let's create a .gitignore. And we're going to point it towards any folder called node modules, right? So what this is going to do is it's going to say, hey, I don't want to track any files in node modules folders. That way our number of files that have changed goes down to 3. It's just our lock, our package JSON, our new gitignore file, right? You never want to send over node modules. Anybody who clones your repository, or you in the future, could always get back the node modules by yarn installing or just installing the dependencies, right? No need for GitHub to have to house all of those. So we just added all the dependencies. Let's create our index file. New file, index.js. All right, so this is where we're going to be building our server. We're going to need to require express. So constant express is equal to require express. Very nice. And I'm also going to make a variable called port, just so I have one place for it, and we're going to make it snowman. So let's create our app variable. It's going to be an instance of express, so we'll execute it. Some people like to chain, like they like to build all your endpoints off of here, get and all that stuff. I prefer just having its own variable. I find it makes, not making mistakes. It's easier to make mistakes if you start chaining. Maybe you accidentally add a semicolon and then everything breaks. It's like, why? All right. Let's app.get and let's create a route called /test. And what will it do? Callback function accepting request and response. And I am going to res.send hello. All right. Hello, this test passed. All right, and let's make sure that we're listening. So app.listen, and we're going to listen on port. And I guess we could pass a callback function here that just says like, now listening on port, and let's put port here. I like to do it like this rather than interpolating, because if I interpolate, then it looks like the port is a string because it's inside the string. Like this, it's a separate color. Yeah, whatever. Okay, over in our package JSON, let's create our scripts. And it's an object, key value pairing. We're going to have a script called start, and it is going to execute nodemon of index.js. All right, so now if I type in yarn start in my server folder, it will find this script in this package JSON, and it will execute nodemon index.js, which is the same as me just writing nodemon index.js here. I didn't typo it. But yeah, nice to have a controlled way of doing it. So if I do that now, we should whir up this environment. Let's yarn start. All right, and yeah, we're now listening on port 8888. Very nice. And if we do hit /test, we should get back this hello, this test passed. So let's do that. Localhost 8888/test. Test is passed. Very nice. My screen is a little too big for this. Anyway, I have a little border because of my recording, so I can't see the word this, but I'm guessing it's there. Of course, if we hit some other endpoint, test 2, we're failing to do that. So let's just add a little catch over here. App.get. Let's catch on star, and we will throw back a 404 just to say that this isn't the right endpoint. Res.send. This isn't the endpoint you're looking for. Little Star Wars reference in there, I suppose. Alright, so now if I do this, we should get that one. There we go. So, not doing Mongo yet. That's about it for the establishment of the back end. I guess once we start putting information in the body, we'll have to use the middleware of Express. I guess I might as well do that now. So in order for you to be able to, your backend to parse out the information in the body of a request, we should use the middleware app.use, and we will throw in express.json. All right, that's it for the server. Stopping this recording, moving on to Mongo.